Hey guys, Lee Steven here, author of the Destiny's Edge series with a 2025 update on where things stand with not only the series but with me. If you don't know anything about the rebrand, I'm going to put a link down in the description below. Please check it out. It'll take you to a video that explains what this whole rebranding process is for the series formerly known as Epic, now known as Destiny's Edge, and why I'm doing it, kind of some details and whatnot. So don't miss out on that if you're not quite sure what I'm talking about when I reference Destiny's Edge and a rebrand. But yeah, it's been an exciting year last year. So I released the new edition of Dawn of Destiny toward the very tail end of 2023, and I got to release Outlaw Trigger, the new edition, at the tail end of 2024. And so, man, I'm telling you, if you are a fan of the series as Epic, you owe it to yourself to check out these new editions. They have such expanded content, such a refreshingly new take on the way the narrative is approached. Not the story is the same, but man, some characters have such life, such vibrance that maybe I didn't quite know how to convey back when I was first starting out. And I was also really restrained by the concept of books can only be so long, and you guys know by this point that I'll write a long book. And so I didn't have to worry about length in reapproaching these new editions. So I really got to add some things that I'd always wanted to be there but just hadn't included back 20 years ago, just about. And so yeah, well worth your time to check it out. But that has kept me busy in 2024, and going into 2025, my goal is, to be honest, I want to get all of the Destiny's Edge books out there. I know it took a year to get Dawn of Destiny up to where I wanted it to be for the new edition. Just about the same thing for Outlaw Trigger. It's not going to be like that for Hero, which is almost done with the actual writing phase now. It won't be like that for Glorious Becoming or Enemy One or The Devil You Don't, because quite frankly, those books don't need as much work. I was starting to come into my own at the point where I was writing Hero and like, all right, I get this now. And so, yeah, there's been a little bit of consistency stuff, a little bit of expanded content. Some things have been reworked a little bit in a way that is presented better. But by and large, I mean, it's not nearly as much work as Dawn of Destiny and Outlaw Trigger. And so I don't want to say I'm going to for sure get all of the rest of the books out this year, but I'm going to work hard at it. I want to get to book 7, 8, 9. I want to wrap up this Enealogy. It's a 9-book series. And the fastest way to do that is to get the new editions all out so I can just focus on book 7, which is my priority right now. With that said, there's been a lot of other cool things that have been going on with me beyond just writing books or even Destiny's Edge at all. So for those of you who have kept up, you know that I was picked up by Untamed Artists, which is a talent agency out of Los Angeles. This was last year, and so it's really the first time in my career that I've actually had representation, which has been such an awesome experience. And so it has really opened the door to allow me to go beyond just writing novels, but writing screenplays. Like last year, I wrote, in addition to all of the material for Destiny's Edge, because we are pitching that as a show, and that's something that if you've been keeping up, you know that that's going on too. But I wrote another feature film. I wrote another show. And so these are things that are all in the process of being pitched. And while Destiny's Edge is definitely, you know, it's my baby, right? Literarily speaking, creatively speaking, these are some awesome other projects too. And so all of these things are being pitched. Probably they have been pitched in the worst time that you could pitch a thing in Hollywood with all of the different strikes. And with like, there's been so many just things out of our control, right? In the creative process or the pitching process in Hollywood with COVID restrictions. I know we're all past COVID in our heads and stuff, but Hollywood, they just lifted these restrictions not that long ago. And so it's kind of like open the door. So even with all of those impediments, Destiny's Edge was garnering some attention. So the hope is that in 2025, not only will Destiny's Edge garner some attention, but the other feature that I wrote, the other show that I wrote, will also get some interest. I won't go into detail about what these other shows are. I'd rather save that for a video when I say, hey guys, guess what? I got a show coming out. Because right now, everything is just in the process of being pitched. But yeah, it's exciting times, and there's more to come in 2025. I've got one, and probably 2 features that I want to write. So there's going to be a lot of stuff for me bouncing around out there, being pitched and trying to get some traction. And yeah, it's exciting. I wish I could say more about it. I really do, but I don't want to, get stuff out there that is not actually tangibly something yet. I like to say that nothing is anything until it's something. And so as soon as it's something, I'll let you know, because I'll be excited. I'll be like on cloud 9. But just know that even though I'm not the most active guy on social media, like I'm busy. I'm doing the work. I'm writing, getting things done. And so going into 2025, I've got a lot of irons in the fire, and a lot of irons that will be going into the fire. And so it's an exciting time. So like I said, it's just a little brief video to kind of catch you guys up on what's been going on and what my plans are for 2025, which is again to get as many of the epic books re-released in the new edition format as possible. I like to do them all. We'll see. And then the pitching of shows that have been written and the writing of new shows and films and stuff. And so exciting times. And I really hope that at some point in the coming weeks, months, some point this year, I'll be able to share some really cool news about at least one of these projects, right? But yeah, so like and subscribe. I know I don't post a lot of videos on here. I'm actually going to try and change that because I do enjoy this. I do think it's fun. And so I'm going to play around with maybe some different types of videos that I do, I think. But I think the only other video on here is like a 2024 update. And so y'all need more than that. Y'all need more than like an annual visit from Lee Steven, right? And so yeah, stay tuned, like and subscribe, and leave a comment below if you have a question or comment or anything like that. I'm going to read and respond to everything that I get. And so yeah, hope you guys have had a great start to the new year. Hope you guys have a lot to look forward to yourselves in 2025, and that 2024 treated you guys well. So until next time, you guys take care.